Ladies and gentlemen, I would like, on behalf of the people and the excellent President of the Federal Republic of Brazil, to greet all of the participants today. I would like to thank the Republic of Ecuador, a land where I have been happy enough and lucky enough to live during 2 years, for organizing the meeting of this platform and for the leadership in the agenda for disaster risk reduction in our region. The use of land in Brazil in recent decades with general urbanization has led us to a scenario where millions of people live at the river edges, on slopes and other areas where they live every day in a situation of risk. In parallel, there has not been in the country's history, the awareness of the need to work on policies for mitigation and prevention of disasters, neither to gear the development towards building a resilient society. When we signed the Hyogo Action Framework or Framework of Action, we started working towards changing that reality. Since then, a lot of progress has been achieved. In 2011, the issue on disaster risk reduction was finally included in the priority agenda of the federal government. In 2012, Law 12608 was approved, and it established the national policy for protection and civil defense, as well as a national system of protection and civil defense, and set out the responsibility of each institution of the Federal Republic of Brazil. In 2013, the Presidential Regulatory Framework 613 perfected and complemented the set of legal frameworks that make up the foundations of actions of the government. All of this progress reflects a cultural change which is taking place. Every day we can see that cities and its settlers, their settlers, are becoming aware of the importance of taking into consideration the need of disaster risk reduction and preparedness for possible adverse events. Within this context, Brazil is developing a process of national consultation at the three political and management levels: local, provincial, and federal. This process involves the civil society, professional councils, public policy management councils, and academia in the debate on the policies for civil protection and defense. This year, measures for preparation are underway to carry out and organize the second national conference for civil protection and defense. Up to now, 1,896 municipalities from 18 states of the Federation have already started their local consultation processes. In November of this year, we are going to receive in the federal capital of Brasilia 1,700 elected delegates in this preparatory stage for the national stage of the process, where we will define the new guidelines of the public policy for protection and civil defense. We must acknowledge that there is still a lot of work to do in the future regarding risk reduction in the country. However, we can also cite a number of advances that we have achieved in the last 4 years. We are investing on mapping risk areas in 821 priority municipalities. We started building a national monitoring network and warning network, installing the National Center for Risk Management, for Disaster Risk Management, and the National Vigilance Center for Natural Disasters and Warnings. Many infrastructure works for disaster risk reduction are underway throughout the Brazilian territory. Several measures have been taken in order to consolidate the national protection and civil defense system, to improve the structures of the organizations and agencies that make up this system of power. As well as in 2012, the installation of the Excellence Center for Disaster Risk Reduction in Brazil took place, and association of the Brazilian government with the Office of the United Nations for the reduction of the disaster risks. One of the results of those actions is the participation of municipalities in the campaign Building Resilient Cities. 186 cities have subscribed to this system, and every day we have in an average of 10 new municipalities that are participating in this. We are present in this regional platform with a delegation of more than 70 members from the different sectors, which shows the growing interest on this issue in our society and the great desire that Brazil has of participating in international cooperation, especially with our neighboring countries of America. We hope that our participation will be very important towards achieving the goals of this process. Brazil considers that this preparation, as well as the third global conference for risk reduction, for disaster risk reduction, should be landmarks to review the Hyogo Action Framework to identify its main challenges and limitations right now, but mainly Brazil hopes that the third conference will promote a new international collaboration model guided through horizontal collaboration and exchange of experiences, especially through the makeup of networks for dissemination of information and dialogue. Brazil's commitment is to move forward in the actions towards risk reduction in our territory, to collaborate every day more towards the development of international cooperation. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.